So within Network Insight, one of the things that we've done is because of the migration use cases that Network Insight is being utilized for, and also because we do have that Fling integration to be able to take applications discovered within vRealize Network Insight and import those into HCX to populate mobility groups. We've added a dedicated dashboard specifically for HCX rather than going in and having to do search queries for specific data or create a manual pin board for that HCX data. So the entities that we support within Network Insight currently are going to be around the HCX site, the manager, service mesh, service appliances, tunnels, layer 2 extensions, network profile, and compute profile. Here's a list of various different HCX alerts. So this is showing you a list of the different alerts that we'll alert on within Network Insight. So again, these are all supported. You'll see when things are down, degraded, or again, status unknown, and so on. We have all of these new alerts you can utilize to configure be alerted based on specific things related to HCX. These are what the alerts are going to pop up and look like. So again, you'll see things like interconnect system state alert, and you're going to get all of the detailed information, just like any alert within Network Insight related to, in this case, strictly HCX. So we're saying that, the system state is not good, service encryption tunnel status is not up, pipeline is not up, and so on. So again, some examples of the alerts that we populate within Network Insight. Now, when it comes to the alerts, one thing that we take into consideration is we look at things like the HCX connection rule for the firewall rule violated alert. Again, that's going to be for the WAN. And currently, we consider only the below firewall rules. So this is going to be distributed firewall, gateway firewalls, and edge firewalls when we're looking at those rules. Also, third-party and physical firewalls are not considered from an alerting perspective in regards to HCX alerts. And then currently, only WAN connection rules are validated. So again, this is kind of showing the WAN connections within HCX. And then here where I can see that the firewall rule, I've got a violated alert, and it's giving me the details as to where that's at. Around metrics, we've added support for tunnel metrics. So you'll be able to see all the different metrics that we fetch from HCX using API. You'll be able to filter down on those metrics within the dashboard, and you'll be able to see things like total received and transmitted bytes, packets dropped, packet errors, and so on, along with the compute metrics, looking at total network usage rate, data receive rate, network utilization, and total packets. And these are just some screenshots as some examples. We also have within the appliance and host, this is where we're going to be utilizing also, this is vCenter API metrics shown in HCX context. And then we have various different widgets and so on that are going to be able to show information around service mesh and also the appliance dashboards also. You'll be able to see here metrics, and you're going to be able to see like the traffic rate, CPU usage rate, specifically for these HCX appliances. And then over here on the right, when I'm looking at things like different IX appliance, I can come in and focus on tunnel metrics. And then same thing with the service mesh. I can see the appliance VM and host metrics and also tunnel metrics. Within the tunnel metrics, we've also introduced the capability of creating analytic threshold alerts. So you can actually come in and you can define threshold alerts such as like HCX tunnel high RX packet drops. You can select your scope, you can provide your scope, and then set your condition, aggregate it over, and then also choose when you want to be alerted, whether it exceeds threshold or dynamic, and then set that and configure it. And if the analytic threshold is tripped, you will get the detailed information specifically under the configuration. You'll get the IP address information, and then you're going to see where we were actually seeing drop packets that exceeded the upper bound of 500 on the receive side in this use case. As far as the appliance metrics, you can also come in and set metrics around the HCX IX appliance high network receive rate as an example, where you can come in and specify the VM, specify the appliance, and then also choose what conditions you want to be alerted on and what thresholds you want to be set. And again, when it does trip, you'll get the alert showing when it has exceeded the threshold. In this case, it was set to 50 kilobits per second. And we're currently running at obviously 60 megabits per second. In regards to flow support, you'll also be able to come in and you can do queries, and there's some examples where you can do like flows where HCX L2 extension is set, and it will actually show you the flows that you're utilizing the HCX L2 extensions. And basically, one of the benefits is going to be being able to utilize mobility optimized network enabled HCX L2 extensions. Or actually, they are not supported, just to call that out. Flow support, so we can actually come in and filter down on flows for the HCX manager. So again, you can come in and look at your top talkers by choosing like source and destination pair. You can see your flows per layer 2 extension, flows per appliance pair, all of these, looking at this is latency and so on for those flows to the source appliance, to the remote appliance. And again, the L2 extensions and how many flows you have. And again, what's like things like the average TCP round trip time. We also will show tromboning flows per L2 extension and also give you details on flow records for all of the L2 extensions and the flows going over those L2 extensions. You can also, within the dashboard, you'll be able to see the HCX service mesh. You can click in under flows and you can look at flows per any appliance and also for top talking layer 2 networks over the L2 extension. Same thing goes with any appliance. You can look at the flows for the any appliance also. And then this is just another example of top talkers over L2, internet flows over layer 2 in regards to the specific layer 2 extension. We've also added support for guided network troubleshooting. So you can utilize guided network troubleshooting for the HCX manager, service mesh, tunnels, IX appliance, and any appliance. It's kind of hard to read in this, but we have detail where you can come in and click and utilize guided network troubleshooting for troubleshooting the supported entities within the guided network troubleshooting dashboard.